Let's pay homage to the Buddha, fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today I'm going to talk second talk. The title of the talk is Profound Dhamma. On the first day of the new year, what do people greet one another? They greet one another by saying Happy New Year. Even though people all over the world say Happy New Year to one another, I sense they are not really happy. Do you agree? Why? Most people seek happiness in the sensual world. They seek happiness in the external world. But real happiness is not found in the external world. Do you agree? Real happiness is calm. It is peaceful and harmless. Real happiness is found within oneself. We attain real happiness through self-realization. We don't find real happiness in the external world. On the first day of each new year, people all over the world eagerly make plans. They hope to fill their life with happiness. What could be more natural? Unfortunately, most people think that happiness can be gained through external activities, acquisitions or relationships. The truth is, in spite of all their plans and efforts, real happiness is unfamiliar to most people. I want to repeat again. Real happiness is unfamiliar to most people. But unreal happiness is very familiar to most people. True or not true? Obsessively seeking happiness in sensual objects in the sensual world is exhausting. This gives birth to dukkha, whether in the New Year day or the middle of summer. People finally do exhaust themselves in their habitual pursuit for external happiness. When that happens, they have to rest and refresh themselves. Unfortunately, before long, they up to their familiar old habits of seeking happiness in the sensual world. Such people are like hungry goats, never satisfied, always craving for more of one thing or another. But some people are not utterly seduced by worldly sensual pursuits. They have stopped looking for happiness outside of themselves. Can I tell you? You all are looking for happiness outside of themselves, or you all are stopping happiness outside of yourself? Who are you? Who stopped looking for happiness outside of yourself, or who are looking for happiness outside of yourself? Stop or not? Yes. If you are stopping, seeing all of you here is wonderful. Who stopped looking for happiness outside of yourself? Knowing that you are in search of real happiness and that your efforts and practice is helping not only yourself but many other beings as well, make me very happy for you. Those who are practicing meditation to know the truth, they can be called true seekers. Are you practicing to know the truth or not to know the truth?
Practice try to know the truth.
Can I call you truth seeker?
Yes.
I'm glad to hear. You are all here in search of true happiness. Congratulations, all of you. On the occasion of the meditation retreat, let us compare the difference between people in this monastery and people in the world. Why people in the world are seeking happiness in the essential world? People in the monastery are seeking happiness in the peaceful world, the world of the Dhamma, the way by the Buddha. Why people in the world are seeking happiness in the external world? We all are seeking happiness in the inner world. Why people in the world are listening to music? We are listening to the Dhamma. Why people in the world are watching TV? What are you doing? You are watching Venerable Uriwada. Why people in the world are emotionally excited, dancing and singing? We are calmly practicing serenity and insight meditation. Life is so different here. That's why I congratulate all of you. On this day, I will give the remarkable talk that is titled Profound Dhamma. But before beginning my talk, let me ask you some questions. Why does the new year of 2008 come into being?
Because first you count the number, the year.
Okay, the answer is simple. Because the previous year, 2007, has ended. True? Okay, this is the action of cause and effect. Without 2007 ending, 2008 cannot begin. A second question. Why are we aging, getting older and older day by day?
Because you was born.
Because you were born, you are getting now older and older. Okay. The answer is because there is no escape from the inevitability of arising and passing away that both differentiates and characterizes the various different stages of our life. Just as days turn into nights and weeks turn into months, boyhood soon enough becomes manhood. In the same way, the old year gives way to the new year. In the constant ebb and flow of endings and beginnings, being subject to this never-ending process, we grow older, we age. This happens because of cause and effect. A third question: how did we become graduates? I think among this audience there will be many graduates. How did we become graduates?
Because you entered the school.
True. You enter the school, then you become graduates. But I will explain step by step. We attended primary school, secondary school, high school, college or university. We passed from one level to another. And by doing so, we acquire the skills needed to attend new classes at higher and higher levels until we eventually graduated. It is impossible to earn a degree, impossible to become a graduate in any other way. Every effect has its cause. This is another example of cause and effect in action. Now let us look at cause and effect in relation to the Dhamma, the truth. So on this day, I will give the talk Profound Dhamma, the Dhamma which was realized by our Buddha. How many years did it take the Buddha to perfect his paramis? We cannot estimate in years. It is said that it took him 4 incalculable and 100,000 eons to fulfill his paramis, his perfections. How very long that is. You know how long an eon is? So one day, Bhikkhu asked the Buddha, Buddha, how long is an eon? Buddha said, it is too long, not easy to count how long. And then the bhikkhus asked the Buddha, Buddha, is it possible to give an example? Buddha said, yes, possible. To give an example, do you want to know? Buddha said, there is a high stone mountain. So 1 yojana long, 1 yojana high, and 1 yojana wide. Do you know the measurement of 1 yojana? So 1 yojana equal to 8 miles. This is the measurement most people appreciate. Some they say 10 miles, but 8 miles is mostly appreciated by many Mahathera. So 8 miles long, 8 miles high, 8 miles wide. Consider how big it is. There is a person who lived long, every 100 years, with a very fine piece of cotton cloth. Every 100 years, he rubbed that stone mountain. One day, because of striking or rubbing with that piece of fine cotton cloth every 100 years, that mountain may finally disappear. But an eon has not yet finished. Do you want to be a Buddha? And if you want to be a Buddha, you must fulfill 4 incalculables and 100,000 eons. In our monastery, some Mahathera from other monasteries, they came and practiced in our monastery. Before coming to Pa-Auk, they had made an aspiration to be a Buddha. But when he practiced meditation, he could develop concentration, and he could see, he could know the ultimate mentality, materiality. Then he continued practicing dependent origination, listening to the past life. He just see birth and death, birth and death, all the time arising and perishing very, very rapidly. So after discerning ultimate mentality, materiality, and dependent origination, he continued the vipassana meditation. So he contemplates a nature, dukkha, many times, internally, externally, present, past, future, again and again. So that Mahathera, he changed his aspiration. Oh, very suffering. All the time arising and perishing, arising and perishing. No, I don't want to be a Buddha. I want to make an end of suffering. Sometimes because of seeing the true Dhamma as they really are, some meditators, they change their aspiration. So now you all heard how long an eon is. So to be a Buddha, at least we all must fulfill 4 incalculables and 100,000 eons. Not less than this, maybe more than this. Okay? Because our Buddha is the one who fulfilled the Parami, the period he fulfilled the Parami among all Buddha. He is the purest, how to say. If we compare to others Buddhas fulfilling Parami, he is the less. So because our Buddha, he became a Buddha mainly based on his wisdom. So the Buddha who enlightened mainly based on his wisdom has to fulfill 4 incalculable and 100,000 eons. Another type of Buddha who became a Buddha based on strong faith. His fulfillment must be 8 incalculables and 100,000 eons. So another type of Buddha who became a Buddha based on his effort. He must fulfill the Bharani 16 incalculables and 100,000 eons. Our Buddha, the time he fulfilled the Bharani is the shortest one. Even it is the shortest one, how long it is? Which one do you want to be? 4 incalculable? 8 calculable? 16 incalculable? No. Okay, so this is what you have to think about. So how very long that is. So does it take that long to graduate? Is it very difficult to be a graduate? Truly it is not very difficult. Within this very lifetime we can achieve that goal if we spend enough time and make the necessary effort. But the Dhamma which was realized by our Buddha is very profound. Another matter altogether. It requires an incalculable amount of time, even for the Buddha, to perfect his paramis and penetrate the Dhamma. It is important to be aware of the differences between an ordinary education as taught by worldly beings and the teachings of the Dhamma as taught by the Buddha. Many people are heedless. They willingly spend 15 years or more to get a degree from a university, but they don't want to spend much time practicing meditation. How many years do you need to spend to be a graduate? I ask those who are teachers, how many years you spend to be a graduate?
16 years.
So you have already spent 15, 16 years to be a graduate. Even many people willing to spend 15 or 16 years or more to get a degree from a university, but they don't want to spend much time practicing meditation. When it comes to meditation practice, they want success within 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month or 2 months. Is this reasonable? Now many people, if they can be a Sotapanna within 7 days, and they want to be, even in our country, I will let all of you know, there is one meditation center. If you listen my Dhamma, after that you will be a Sotapanna. What do people do? You know? Many people go there. And then that teacher, after listening his talk, he titled, "You are Sotapanna. You are Sotapanna." Our people are very happy. Do you want to be a Sotapanna like those persons? Is it reasonable? So people are heedless. Even they spend a lot of time to be a graduate, but they are heedless. Such very profound Dhamma, without practicing, they want the title of Sotapanna given by the teacher. Even they spend many years to be a graduate, but they don't want to spend much time practicing meditation. So if we want immediate results in meditation and expect to be successful within a short time, we need to examine our motives carefully. If we examine our motives carefully, we might very well end up ashamed of ourselves. Why? The Dhamma penetrated by our Buddha is very profound. It is much more difficult and nothing at all like a formal worldly education. In school, we are given increasingly difficult lessons. We have to study and work hard in order to keep up, so we can advance from one level to the next. It is true that school lessons are difficult, but compared to the Dhamma, they are very easy. Also, as I have mentioned, in order to graduate, we have to make methodical progress. This means attending consecutive classes, one after another, step by step. Without the lessons of primary school, it would not be easy to learn the lessons of secondary school. Without secondary school lessons, it would be impossible for most of us to undertake high school lessons. Without high school, a university education would be out of question. So even though a formal worldly education is not as difficult as the Dhamma, in order to be successful, we need to apply ourselves in a systematic way, advancing from one level to another, step by step. The Dhamma penetrated by the Buddha is profoundly deep. It too requires systematic step-by-step practice. This is the only way to penetrate the Dhamma. Let me ask you a question. What is the only way to penetrate the Dhamma? Systematic step-by-step practice. Even we know to attend primary school. Even we know to attend secondary school after primary. Even we know to attend high school after secondary. But many, they don't want to practice Dhamma systematically. This systematic approach is a sure way to enlightenment. Otherwise, it is impossible. When the Buddha attained enlightenment by himself, he too practiced systematically, step by step. Then after his enlightenment, for 45 years, he taught extensively and regularly gave talks in many different places. Now I am going to quote one of his talks. So from this time on, I am going to explain systematic step-by-step way of meditation. To be able to explain this, I am giving very long introduction to all of you, to be able to reflect properly about the way we think on our meditation practice. So, on one occasion, the Buddha said, "Bhikkhus, if anyone spoke without having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of suffering as it really is, without having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of the origin of suffering as it really is, and without having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of cessation of suffering as it really is, without having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering as it really is, I will completely make an end of suffering." In short, without having made breakthrough for noble truths. If someone said, "I will completely make an end of suffering," Buddha said, it is impossible. But if someone says, "After having made the breakthrough to the Four Noble Truths, I will completely make an end of suffering," Buddha said it would be possible. And Buddha gave an example. Bhikkhus, just as if someone said, "Having made the lower story of a pig house, I will erect the upper story of the pig house." Is it possible? Is it possible? How to say impossible in Korea?
불가능.
불가능. Impossible. Okay? Without having made the lower story, if someone said, "I am going to erect the upper story," it is impossible. In the same way, if anyone said, "Having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of the suffering as it really is," or "having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of origin of suffering as it really is," or "having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of cessation of suffering as it really is," having made the breakthrough to the noble truth of the way leading to the cessation of suffering as it really is, I will completely make an end of suffering, it would be possible. Do you get the meaning? So, if someone has built the lower story of a big house, and if he is going to erect the upper story, it is possible. In the same way, if someone has breakthrough Four Noble Truths, he said, I will make an end of suffering completely. It is possible. So the Buddha continued, Bhikkhus, an exertion should be made to understand the Four Noble Truths. We all know that we must penetrate the Four Noble Truths. The Noble Truth of suffering, the Noble Truth of original suffering, cessation of suffering, and the way leading to the cessation of suffering. It is impossible to completely make an end of suffering without having made the breakthrough to the Four Noble Truths. If we want to end suffering, we must know and see the Four Noble Truths. To know and see the Four Noble Truths, we must systematically practice meditation under the guidance of a qualified teacher. Otherwise, it is impossible to penetrate the Four Noble Truths. You might ask, who is a qualified teacher? Who is a qualified teacher? The Buddha is a qualified teacher. We are merely followers of the Buddha. We teach meditation following his doctrine, his teaching. If we don't follow his doctrine, and if we teach, can we be called his disciples?
No.
No. So, as the disciples of the Buddha, we all must follow his teaching. Here I want to say a little bit more. If there is no arising of the Buddha in this world, is it possible to know, or is it easy to know what is wholesome and unwholesome? Very difficult to know even what is wholesome, what is unwholesome. How do you think? Dancing, singing, playing music, is it wholesome or unwholesome?
Unwholesome.
Unwholesome. Watching television?
Unwholesome.
Unwholesome. So at Pa-Auk monastery, 3 years ago, from Germany, German lady, 2 ladies arrived there. One day, I asked her, do you know wholesome and unwholesome? And think seriously. He could not answer me. And then I asked her, do you like singing? Do you like playing music? Do you like dancing? Do you like watching television? When I asked each question, he told me, Monday, I like very much. And I asked, is it wholesome or unwholesome? Monday, it is very good to do. I like very much. It must be wholesome. You see how difficult for people to know what is wholesome and what is unwholesome. Sometimes people think what they like is good, what they dislike is bad. Many people nowadays they think what they like is good, wholesome, what they dislike is bad and wholesome. Wholesome and unwholesome, bad and good, doesn't depend on what we like and what we dislike. Wholesome is all the time wholesome, and wholesome is all the time unwholesome. In Myanmar, one old gentleman told, why are they meditating? He continued, they are torturing themselves. They are making themselves tired without moving, just sitting quietly. Do people like sitting without moving? If we are not meditating, we don't like sitting without moving. It is tiring work, right? Now that person's point of view, now you all heard. He thought meditation practice is just torturing oneself, tiring work. We don't know it as wholesome deeds, very high deeds, supreme deeds. So because of this reason, if there is no arising of sun in the wall will be completely dark. In the same way, if there is no arising of the Buddha, like very shining bright sun, the wall will be completely dark. If we don't learn the true teaching of the Buddha, and if we don't teach the true teaching of the Buddha, can we do for the good of people? Impossible. Okay? This is very important thing for all of us to think about it. Buddha said, in the world there are two types of Dhamma prevailing. Adhamma and Dhamma. And true Dhamma and true Dhamma. Ye Asha Sandika. And true Dhamma and true Dhamma. Which one do we need to teach people? True Dhamma.
True Dhamma.
Dhamma. And Buddha, in the Anguttara Nikaya, he declared, if someone teaches Dhamma is Adhamma, Adhamma is Dhamma, he is doing for the bed of many, for the bed of humans, devas, brahmas, and he himself too. If we don't teach the Dhamma, we cannot do for the good of ourselves. We cannot do for the good of others too. And Buddha continued, if someone teaches Dhamma is Dhamma, Adhamma is Adhamma, he is doing for the good of many. He himself, for the devas, for the humans, for the brahmas. So, the true Dhamma appears because of the Buddha. Except the Buddha, is there anybody who can teach the true Dhamma? Is there anybody? No. That's why, as an ordained person, we all need to study the true teaching of the Buddha, and we all need to teach the true teaching of the Buddha. Because of the appearing of the Buddha, we have an opportunity to know what is true Dhamma. The appearing of the Buddha is for us. If we don't learn the true teaching, is it possible to say the appearing of the Buddha is for us? Impossible. Okay? So that's why we ordain person, those who want to do for the good of oneself and others, need to always think about how to study true teaching, how to teach the true teaching. This is the only two things we need to do. So in the teaching of the Buddha, it appears how to make the right living for lay people. So in the teaching of the Buddha, it appears how to make the right living for ordained people. So in the teaching of the Buddha, it appears how to make reborn in a good destination, both for lay people and ordained persons. In the teaching of the Buddha, it appears the way leading to Nibbana. Nowadays, people, ego, become very strong. Ego here as Atta. So because of this ego, strong ego, so people do whatever they like. So because of this reason, even our ordained people, even in our country, so there are many bhikkhus, those who don't follow the teaching of the Buddha. They also those who follow the teaching of the Buddha because of this ego. Which one people like? Easy thing and difficult thing? Be honest. Which one do you like? Easy thing and difficult thing? Sure, easy thing. Okay? Buddha said, hard to do is what is really beneficial for oneself. Easy to do is what is not beneficial for oneself. Please consider what I have told all of you about those meditators, not those meditators, those who want to be a sort of partner after listening, that teacher's talk. Mostly they are those who have accumulated many and wholesome Dhamma. They knew that they were called to the fourfold state. And then they want to be a Sotapanna. Because Buddha said, if you are Sotapanna, you will not fall to the fourfold state. So people say one another, you know, that teacher can make you a Sotapanna. I have now become a Sotapanna. If you want to become a Sotapanna, please go there. How surprised it is. That's why Buddha said, which is more, the fool and the wise in the world? The fool are much more. That's why people can deceive the fool. Are we the fool or are we the wise?
The wise.
Okay. If you follow the true teaching of the Buddha, you all are the wise. If Urevada doesn't follow the true teaching of the Buddha, on that day, Urevada becomes the fool. That's why people with very strange mind, those who don't want to follow the true teaching of the Buddha, they follow easy way. Even Buddha said, nowadays, no people can attain Sotapanna just by mere listening the talk. But people still being crazy. Do you remember Venerable Moggallana and Venerable Sariputta? Who are they?
Chief disciple.
Yes, the chief disciple of the Buddha. They both attained Sotapanna after listening very short stanza. Do you know what that stanza is? Do you want to hear?
Yes.
Ye Dhamma hetu pambhava tetan hetu tathagato aha. Is there anybody who attains Sotapanna now? Okay? So Venerable Moggallana and Venerable Sariputta are those who are going to be a chief disciple. Those who have fulfilled the Bharami, one incalculable and 100,000 eons. How can we compare with them? I will repeat again. Ye Dhamma hetu bhava teta hetu tathagato aha. Before aha, they both attain Sotapanna. So another Venerable Konina, do you remember? Who is among 5 ascetics? What is the first sermon of the Buddha? Dhammacakka Pavattana Sutta. This is detailed explanation. So after Buddha giving this first sermon to 5 ascetics, one among 5 attains Sotapanna. He is Venerable Konina to be. So at that time, as a human, Venerable Konina to be attains Sotapanna. But 18 millions of Devas and Brahma enlightened at the time. So in the text it is explained. Nowadays, there are these 2 types of person who can attain noblehood after listening, brief explanation and detailed explanation.
경전에 이렇게 설명이 되어 있습니다. 요즘 세상에는 간단한 개성만 들은 후에 수도원이 되는 것과 자세한 법문 후에 수다원이 되는 사람은 요즘 세상에는 존재하지 않는다고 경전에 나와 있습니다.
Did the Buddha say that I can make you attain Sotapanna? No. Buddha said, I am the one who shows the way. You are those who must follow the way. But that teacher, what did he say? If you listen my talk, you will be Sotapanna. How do you understand? Is that type of teacher with the Dhamma in his heart or without the Dhamma in his heart? The teacher without Dhamma in his heart. You agree? Yes. That's why we must be reasonable. But to be reasonable, we need true knowledge. We need to be reasonable persons. But to be reasonable persons, we need right knowledge. How can we attain right knowledge? We can see the right knowledge, true knowledge in the teaching of the Buddha only. It is perfect, it is complete. Right knowledge springs right thinking, right thought. Right thought springs right action. Right actions produces right result. If we have no right knowledge, there will be no right thought. Through study, we attain knowledge. So if there is no right knowledge, there will be no right thought. If there is no right thought, there will be no right action. If there is no right action, there will be no right result. If we want right result, we need to study right knowledge. If we want those who approach us, if we want our disciple to attain right result, we have to distribute then right knowledge. Okay, today I think enough. Any questions you want to ask me? No more questions. Okay. Are you happy listening to Dhamma? Yeah. I'm happy with all of you. Okay, we will share merit done today. Idam me punyam, asavekaya, vaham hotu, idam me punyam, nibbanasa, pacayo, hotu, Mama punya bagan, sabba satana, bhajemi, de sabbe, visama, punya bagan, labantu, sa